What's up guys, and welcome to my channel. Today, we're gonna be covering my ultimate Z-Cam rig setup. I'm gonna be covering everything from the tool down to the lens, whatever accessory that I may be putting on this thing, and hopefully maybe give you some insight as far as building your dream rig setup. Okay guys, let's go ahead and check out the camera body. This is the Z-Cam E2 M4. You can see how tiny this thing is. It is small, and this has the Nucleus VMount adapter on the back. So you can imagine with this off, it's even smaller. So basically guys, we got the Z-Cam E2 M4, and in the front here, I got the turbo mount. So I was waiting for this bad boy for a while to come in the mail. It finally did. And basically what it is it's a focal reducer. It's a 0.71 speed booster, and it's bolted into the Z-Cam. So be looking out for that if you can find one. And in the back here, like I mentioned, I have the Nucleus VMount adapter. So this basically just is able to connect to the VMount battery, which I'll show you guys here in a bit. Okay guys, and this is the camera cage that I have. This is the small rig Z-Cam cage that they built specifically for the flagship models of Z-Cam. And I love the Z-Cam because it has the same body all the way up to the full frame 8K. I got the small rig cage here, and I love it. It has so many mounting points, so many areas to connect cold shoes, NATO rails. So let's go ahead and build this thing out. All right guys, now we got the cage on, and let's go and throw the lens on. This is the Rokinon Zine 50mm T1.5. I love this lens. It's really nice. It feels good in the hands, and it's a cine lens. So it has these special gears on the side where you can connect all kinds of attachments, focus wheels, matte box, all that good stuff, which I'll actually have in this video. There you have it. We got the lens on. You can kind of see it's starting to build out nice. Still really small even with this giant lens on. But let's go ahead and add some other accessories. Okay guys, let's go ahead and add the thing that powers it all. This is a V-mount battery. This is the BP190. This is a 14.8 volt V-mount battery. I have a headbox V-mount adapter. You can actually have an attachment, has attachments, USB attachment on the top, has a D-tap attachment on the side, and then D-tap attachments all around the other side as well. So I'm gonna throw this on, and it basically just slides in like this really easy. Boom, just like that. And it clicks and you'll know it's in. This is a Nucleus cheese board. So the Nucleus cheese plate is in the back as well. And that's what's gonna connect to the Nucleus V-mount adapter. So you'll hear it click. It just kind of, he's got these two little hooks in here, and it just kind of clicks right in. Boom, nice and easy. And then I have the cord nice and organized here. And man, you guys can buy these Velcro straps on Amazon. They're really cheap and they come in handy, especially when you're building out a rig. You got cords all over the place. You want to make sure it looks nice and neat for your client. When they look at it, they're like, man, this guy's looking great, instead of cords all flying around. So I got these Velcro strips that I'll put in the description below. Boom, there we go. So that's powered in. And guys, I like this little Nucleus V-mount adapter. So I just kind of like to fold that back there just so it can hide the cords nice and neat. Okay, so that's in. The camera is on, if you can see. If you can see that. If you can see, the camera is on and it's good to go. So right away, it powered the camera on and we are ready to shoot. But we still got tons more of accessories. Let's go ahead and throw those on as well. Okay guys, we're gonna throw on my small rig rosette handle to the right side. So this is gonna squeeze right into, very conveniently, right into this 1/4x20 screw. So that goes right in. And then guys, you can literally like angle it however you want. So if you want it to be angled like straight up, which is how I always do, that's fine. If you want to kind of like, you know, at a 45-degree angle, go for it. You know, whatever feels comfortable in your hand. Nice and tight. And now you got a side handle. Okay, so now that I got the handle on, let's move on. We're gonna add the top handle. All right guys, we're moving along nicely. We got the top handle coming in. This, guys, is really just connecting to small rig NATO rail that goes on the top of the Z-Cam. Okay, so that's gonna screw into the top. It has a nice rubber grip, and I also have a cold shoe in here as well. So you'll see why I have that. So I'm gonna go ahead and slide this in, clip it on, and then you tighten it. Make sure it's nice and tight, because this is gonna be your grip of the whole camera if you're running and gunning, all right? So that's in there nice and tight, okay? And then I'll show you why I got that cold shoe slipped into the front. Okay guys, I went ahead and installed my HDMI cable to the back. I had taken everything I got everything undone for the video, but also I just got in the DJI RS2. And so I was kind of putting this bad boy to test on that. So I had to kind of move some things around a little bit. So I have an HDMI with those Velcro strips along the side here, nice and tight. And then the reason why, like I was mentioning, I have this cold shoe on the top handle so that I can slip this little small rig monitor mount. Okay, so this small rig monitor mount is gonna hold my Atomos Ninja V. And the Atomos Ninja V is a must if you're shooting on the Z-Cam. Okay, again, on the Z-Cam, there is about a 1x1 screen. Maybe I made that number up. It might be accurate. Don't quote me on it. Don't kill me in the comments, but it's a very small screen. And so you gotta have a monitor. And for me, I love shooting externally. For whatever reason, I just love the quality that comes out of it. Obviously, when you're shooting RAW, ProRes RAW, you can shoot 4K ProRes RAW at 12-bit. So it's really nice, gives you some flexibility in post. And I just love shooting on the monitor. So the Z-Cam internally can shoot on the CFast cards, but I don't use CFast cards. I haven't yet, and I don't plan to. They're expensive. And for the price that you can pay for one of these external SSDs, I have the SanDisk here, SSD 1 terabyte, and I got that for probably 150 bucks. And you can probably get a CFast card for 300 bucks for 500 gigabytes. So it doesn't make any sense to me. I get that it's more secure. And just for me, I love shooting externally to the monitor. I sometimes will throw on my SSD drive and shoot internally on the Z-Cam to that drive. So you can also do that as well. All right, so we got our monitor mount. Okay, so I'm gonna screw that in first to the bottom of my Ninja V. Pretty simple. Once you get that nice and tight, this is the SanDisk 1 terabyte drive. And I'm gonna throw that in there. Make sure that's tight. And you gotta have this little caddy to make sure you have this caddy if you're using a Ninja V to record. If you wanna record externally, you gotta have this little guy to hold your drive. All right, so you slip that in there, boom, nice and tight. And then this slips right into the cold shoe. So that's why I like it there right in the front. And it fits in there nice and easy. So the HDMI cable goes into the Atomos Ninja V. And we are ready to rock. Oh, sorry. All right, guys. Now that we got that all set up, we got the monitor, handle, top handle, V-mount, lens, camera cage, Nitsi V-mount adapter. I'm trying to make sure I get everything so that you guys know exactly what I'm putting into this secret sauce. All right, so now that we got all that good to go, let's go ahead and throw on our focus wheel. So I'm gonna be using the Nucleus Nano. Pretty simple setup. Let's go ahead and show you how. Okay guys, we got the Nucleus Nano. Let's go ahead and open this pack up. Comes in a nice little carrying case. Just like that, boom. We open that bad boy up and look what we got. We got a focus wheel. We got ourselves a follow focus gear. And that's why I love the cine lenses, so that I don't have to use any extra adapters or gear strips, stuff like that. Gear strips? Straps. I don't know what it's called. Just the less time you have to spend on your gear, the more time you have to focus on the client, focus on their work and the job at hand. All right guys, let's go ahead and attach the Nucleus Nano to the Z-Cam. Okay, so basically guys, you put this little adapter, got this little adapter that the Nucleus Nano came in the package. And this is basically gonna give you just a little slot for the wheel, the focus wheel to slide in, and then you can lock it with this little locking unit here. So I'm gonna put this on the side of the Z-Cam. Okay guys, I got that in there nice and tight. Now let's go and slip in the focus wheel. So this basically just goes, you're gonna have the recording side facing up, and it's gonna slip in right there, and you're gonna lock that down. Okay, so you can see that's pretty tight, it's not coming off. And then if you are going run and gun, this is probably best for when the camera's on a tripod, but if you're going run and gun, hey, go for it. I do want to mention, with that said, I remember being on a shoot and I was shooting something, I forgot, but I remember doing some run and gun with this camera, with this rig setup. But the focus wheel was kind of being more of a nuisance for that situation rather than helping me in that situation. So I actually took it off and just had rather have my hand on the barrel. So sometimes, sometimes gear is good and it helps. Sometimes it's just like we're just trying too much and it's just overkill. So just kind of showing you guys how this looks all together. So just imagine this camera being on a tripod and you got the focus wheel nice and easy. Okay, so let's go ahead and attach the gear. I'm gonna throw on some rails on the bottom of this and I'll show you guys how it's done. All right guys, we got the rails on and the base plate on to the bottom of the camera. And I was just thinking as I was putting this thing on, the best kept secret for that small rig Z-cam cage is this little guy right here. It's just a little flathead screw and it basically just like magnetizes itself to the bottom of the Z-cam cage and it goes right into the bottom. All right, so I mean, this thing is awesome. If you're in a tight spot and you just want to whip that thing out and you don't have any tools, this comes really in handy. So let's go ahead and throw on the focus gear. So we got the rails on and this basically just slips in. Okay, so you're gonna slip it in and you're gonna align the gears, the focus wheel gear with the teeth of the lens. Okay, so whenever you have that guy in there, you're gonna tighten nice and tight. Very nice. So we got that in there. Boom, there's the gear. Okay, so we're moving on and we're almost there. Okay guys, so to power on our focus gear, we're gonna go ahead and throw on, it comes with a USB cord. And so this is gonna connect, as I mentioned, the VMount has USB connections. So it has one on the head box adapter and then there's actually one on the actual VMount battery. And the cool thing is, guys, I've actually tested this with, say, the Ronin S2, and I plugged it in directly to the RS2, and the gear, so the Nucleus Nano isn't the most powerful because it's small, it's cheap, and it's lightweight. It's a great tool, but once you start getting with really heavy rigs and, tighter focus gears, it's gonna be tough to pull the focus with it. And so what I was noticing, it was making a screeching noise and it was really overpowering the gears. But I never noticed that when I powered into the VMount. It's just because it gives it just that extra boost of power. And so plugging it into the VMount, just a little tip, is gonna give you that much more strength with these gears. So you'll get more bang for your buck plugging it into a VMount and using it on cine lenses rather than like saying, shoot, well, I gotta go get a bigger gear or something like that. So I got that plugged in and I'm gonna get this nice and tight and I'll be right back. All right guys, now that I got the cords nice and tight, looking fresh, just power on the focus wheel, hit calibrate. I just basically hold the cal button for 3 seconds, 1, 2, 3, and there it is, it's calibrating. If you guys can see, and this cine lens has hard stops, so it's easy to calibrate. If your lens does not have hard stops, you'll have to calibrate it yourself. So now let's go back to the monitor and I'm gonna power this on using the VMount. So the VMount is the source of power for the whole camera, okay? So we got the VMount and it's gonna be powering the monitor. So I got this dummy battery and it's gonna slip right into the back of your Ninja V. Boom, there we go. So we got the dummy battery connected to the back. So this D-tap plug is gonna go into the VMount. So we got a D-tap side plug here. Now that we got the monitor, dummy battery in to D-tap to the VMount, you hit the side button here on the Ninja V and we have power. Look at that, nice and easy, okay? And I love that the VMount is capable of holding charge on the monitor, on the focus wheel, on the Z-cam itself, and you want to charge your phone, whatever it is, it can hold charge. And man, I've run this thing all day. I mean, full day, fully charged, and this thing is a monster. Some of you guys may be wondering, how do you get audio? For me, if I'm on set, I'm always getting good audio with a boom mic or maybe even the Rode Go's. Those things are awesome. I love those. So what I normally throw on the Rode Go, it just slips right here in the top. There's a cold shoe on the top of the top handle. Throw the transmitter in there and then the receiver on my subject. And that's how I usually get audio. But if I want to just go run and gun and I can't attach it, I'll show you how. This is just a clamp. So this is basically gonna clamp onto my Rode NTG5. So this is amazing, get some amazing audio. But this is basically, guys, just for scratch audio or backup audio if I need it. All right, so if I want to sync up to other audio that is being used, maybe with better mics or closer mics, then I'll use this just to capture the audio nice and clean. Or, you know, if worst case scenario, sometimes only case scenario, you use this for your audio. So this is going to be going into the side of the right side of the cage, and then it's just going to be basically clamping onto the Rode NTG5. So it just kind of circles around, clamps on it, boom. And I'm actually going to screw the bottom of this into the top handle. And so the top handle has 1/4x20 screw holes on each side, 3 of them. And so I'm gonna put it on the right side. That's just kind of where I prefer it. And so it's gonna go into one of those, and I'll show you how it looks. All right, we got the Rode NTG5 clamped on and put into the camera. So now I just have this little adapter since Zcam doesn't have a full XLR cable in the back. This is a mini XLR. So a mini XLR to a full XLR that's gonna go into the back of the Rode NTG5. So it goes into the back, clips right in there. And then, you know, I just got these Velcro strips all over the place. So just so I can keep my cords organized again. So that's nice and tight. And I'm gonna run this through the back of the Nucleus VMount adapter. So that's gonna go right through the back of it. And then I'm gonna plug it in to the back of the camera. All right, guys, we got the audio going into this little compact setup. And last but not least, we got the Small Rig Matte Box. I got Small Rig all over this place. They're a great company. They got a lot of good stuff. Okay, so we got the Small Rig Matte Box. And this is it's pretty big. When it came in, I was like, whoa, it's a little bigger than I expected. But for me, I'm the kind of guy that, you know, if I can't just go and shoot with a small baby camera, I'm not inspired. I love big setups. You know, my arm dying after the shoot. That's just how I like it. And I feel accomplished and professional with a big setup. So the bigger the better, bring it on. Okay, so I got this nice Small Rig Matte Box. And this is just, and so the cool thing about this having cine lenses is that most cine lenses are gonna have 114 millimeter diameter in the front of the front of the lens. And so that's a standard, industry standard for cine lenses. And so matte boxes are created for the 114 millimeter diameter. So this is gonna screw right in, or not screw, it's just gonna slide right in real simple. And then you got a little thumb screw here, and that just tightens nice and easy. And then we got the matte box flag. So you're gonna bring that up, and then you just kind of tighten that down nice and easy. And look, we got a matte box onto our rig. Hopefully that's even. If not, let me know. But I think it looks even to me. Okay, guys, and last thing I'm gonna throw into this matte box is a 4x4 ND filter. This is actually a 6-stop filter, so it's pretty heavy, but I like shooting most of the time wide open. And so, you know, especially if I'm outside in a bright day and I'm trying to shoot wide open at like T1.5 or to in between T1.5 or 2, then I'm gonna need a filter. Okay, so this is just one of them that I have. This is the 6-stop filter made by Nucleus. It's a great company, and I mean, I love the little touches that they put. Look at this sleeve here. This amazing looking leather little sleeve that the filter comes in. And so basically, it's not like your standard, you know, like most of you guys might be used to, kind of the screw-on filters. This goes, it's an actual thick glass that you're gonna have to handle with care and slip into the matte box. Look at this leather case, and you just kind of slip out this glass here. This very fragile glass that I can easily drop and break right now. You slip that in and you take it out, and it's super thick. So you just kind of slide it in, make sure that you're putting it into, so I'm putting it into number 2 on the Small Rig Matte Box here, and I'm gonna slip that in nice and easy. There we go. And then you just tighten it just like that, and then click, and we're in And look at that ND, nice and dark. Can't even see the lens anymore. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Please leave a comment if you guys have any questions for me. Whether that's like, hey, what HDMI cable did you use? Whatever the case may be, ask me a question, drop it in the comments below. I'm gonna leave all the links to all of the accessories so that you guys can go through, click and buy, and grab you some of these accessories to throw on your dream rig. And yeah, guys, please subscribe, thumbs up. Love y'all, and I'll see y'all in the next one.